besties, welcome back to my channel, or hi, my name is Stacy if you're new here. So for today's video, we're doing a Douyin inspired makeup look, which if you don't know what Douyin is, it's the Chinese version of TikTok, and the makeup style of like Chinese influencers on that platform has been kind of going viral on our TikTok. So I wanted to kind of recreate that style of makeup as you can see on my face. And also in this video, I wanted to show you guys some of my recent favorite contacts that were gifted to me by Olens. And these are the contacts that Blackpink wore in their recent Pink Venom comeback. So you know they're good, and I have one of them on my eyes right now. So I'll show you guys those at the end after the makeup tutorial, since I think contacts really complete like the Asian makeup style. So if that sounds good to you, then just keep on watching. But before I get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, because it really helps out my channel and it would really mean a lot to me. But let's just get right into the video. Okay, so the first kind of key step to Douyin makeup is a matte flawless base. So I'm gonna go in with this Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation, and this is in the shade 0N. The reason why I feel like the Douyin people use matte foundation is because matte just performs the best on camera. Also, this foundation is like a shade too light for me, but the next shade up is like way too deep, and this also kind of oxidizes a little, so it'll look normal, like don't you worry. Yeah, I'm just using my beauty blender to blend it out. In all the Douyin makeup videos, their base is very like flawless and poreless, and I'm sure that they use like filters and stuff, but in order to get that look, especially on camera, you have to have like a matte base, especially when you use like studio lights and things like that, because they really just accentuate any texture or any shine you might have. And you can see how this foundation really just like blurs everything. Like basically my pores are gone, and that's what we want. You just want to choose like a really pore blurring foundation. Then I'm gonna add concealer like how I normally would. Go in my color corrector first, because we just need to get rid of all that darkness. And then I've been liking my Hourglass concealer for my full coverage concealer. And again, we just need to make the base flawless looking. So I just put that under my eyes, and then like anywhere I have extra redness that the foundation didn't cover up. Also, I feel like they tend to use pretty full coverage foundations, but this Dior one is like a more medium coverage. I think lighter coverage looks better in person, and then like plus spot concealing. So that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, after a year of being on camera, I definitely have experienced firsthand how like matte complexion products just look a ton better on camera. But I think if you apply your matte products like sheerly, they still look good in person as well. Like this base still looks really good like in the mirror. It looks super flawless. Ever since I started filming myself like on camera, I just noticed like how much the camera picks up on shine, especially with the lights around me. Actually, not so much on this camera. This camera does a better job of like looking normal. But like when I film for my TikToks, I always have to like extra powder my T-zone. If you have like any shine, you just look like a grease ball, even though like you're not actually. Since this makeup style is like popularized by Chinese influencers, it's very matte, except for certain point areas, which I'll get to. Next up, we're gonna lightly contour our face. I'm using this Peripera one, which is like a well-known K-beauty brand. I'm going into the darker side because this is very like not pigmented, but they like their contours to be that way. The way they contour is more like vertically, so you want to like contour the whole edge of your face like this, rather than like necessarily like sculpting out your cheekbones and stuff like that. It's very much just an overall slimming down of the face. Definitely the jawline. I'd say a little bit on the forehead, because in Asia, like having a small face is what's desired, and I don't think they really care about like cheekbones as much. But I'm just gonna shade it a little, because I think they do a little bit, but it's mostly like on this bottom part and like the sides. Also, I feel like they use these like wide fluffy brushes, so it's not super precise, and these gray tone contours are the way to go, and it just makes the shading look a lot more natural. So that just made my face look a little bit less flat, but it looks very natural, like it's not a very sharp contour. And next up, we want to contour our nose, which is kind of like their main contouring, and the biggest thing is they contour like this part that's kind of in between your eye and your nose. They like increased this depth right here. But you guys can see the difference, right? Like this part of my nose just looks a lot higher compared to this part looks flat. But this one, like there's a dimension on my nose bridge. So that's like the ideal, at least like in Asian beauty standards. And then just kind of like follow along your nose bridge, but like make it straight and say on this side. And also kind of like pinch it in a little bit more than like what your natural nose bridge is. And you can like bring this shadow like into your eyebrow essentially. That will help make it kind of more natural. You see how the effect was subtle, but it's definitely there. Like my nose is like protruding a lot more. My face is just less flat, but you can't like actually see the lines of where the nose contour is. Okay, next up, I just want to really quickly do my eyebrows. I'll just speed through this part because there's nothing really special about it. Asian beauty standards definitely like straighter brows, so I'm gonna try to make them straighter, but not like ruler straight. You just want like a softer arch and kind of like pull the eyebrow out. Okay, Okay, so now brows are done. As you can tell, I tried to make them on the lighter side. And also it's really important that you don't use a brow color that's too dark. So even though my eyebrows are black, I use a medium brown brow pencil, and that just helps make it a lot softer and less harsh, which is really key for like Asian beauty looks. Now we're gonna do blush, which is an exciting part. If you've been on makeup TikTok, you've probably seen like the Douyin blush trend, which I'll kind of like insert a picture here if I can find one. It's basically using a liquid lipstick or liquid blush and drawing like these cute little shapes, and it gives you that really blushy look all over your face. So this is my first time trying this blush placement out, so we'll see how it goes. So for this, I'm going to use this Clio Chiffon Blur tint. You can use literally any matte tint that has a moussier texture, because the moussey ones tend to like blend out easier. I'm scared I'm going to use too much because I've never done this before. And then one in the eye corner, and then a little bit on the nose. This part on the chin is kind of scaring me because I feel like it's good if you have a long chin, but I have a really short chin, which I don't really like want to draw attention to. So we'll see how that goes. And then I think it's better to start off with less product, and then we'll see if we want to build from there. And also I'm using the tint that I plan on using on my lips later. That'll help make it like more monochromatic match. Okay, you don't want to wait too long to blend out these, but you're using a moussey formula that helps the blendability as well, because you can see that just blended really easily, and also it's very pigmented. I would recommend using a lighter shade for your lips, because even lighter shades for lips tend to be deeper or more pigmented for your face. But you can see how that's looking so cute. Oh no, I think I put too much on this side. We will fix that later. Yeah, I'm not really feeling this chin blush. I think it looks good if you have a pointy chin, but my chin is like so short here that like it's not really giving what needed to be gave. Let's try to make it into like a pointier shape. Yeah, I don't know if that's giving, but then we want to blend it into our eye corners. I think the key is that like the eye blush is like blending into the cheek blush, which looks really cute actually. I'm just gonna pat a little bit on this side to even it out, and I'm gonna pat a little on the chin. And also another thing is you kind of want to blend the blush into your under eye. That's very popular with Douyin makeup. You want it like to basically be no separation between like your eye and your blush. But yeah, overall that went pretty well. It was really easy to blend. So anyways, now onto the best part, which is the eye makeup. I'm gonna be using this Rosebud palette, which I recently got. This is an old palette and it's really popular, and I just like had never picked it up, so I finally got it, and I feel like it's perfect for this Douyin like blushy makeup look. So I would say the key for Douyin eye makeup is nudier tones plus a lot of glitter. A lot of the looks I think lean really pinky, which is why I picked this pinky one, but I've also seen like more nudie brown shades. And I've also seen some cool tone shades as well, because I think cool tones are like kind of popular right now. So I think like the shade itself doesn't really matter, but you want all of the colors to be only like 1 to 2 shades darker than your skin tone. So just like apply that to whatever your skin tone is. It's like nothing super smoky eye, nothing super dramatic in terms of like the saturation of the shades. Okay, I zoomed you guys in for the eyes. So first I'm gonna start off with this light shade, like this pale pinky nude. We're just gonna use that to set the base. It just helps make everything really blendable. And actually this shade is very similar to the blush shade I have on the outer part. So yeah, we're just like mixing everything together. I'd also say like the placements tend to be more watercolory. Like it's kind of just all over the eye socket and not super defined placement. And especially because you're using like lighter colors, like colors that are similar in depth to your skin tone, it's just gonna be really easy to blend and blow out the color. I'm just gonna mix these 2 slightly deeper shades and put it on the outer corners. Like the outer V area. And also it seems like there's a lot of focus on this under part of the eye, and you wanna like drag it out to kind of elongate your eyes. But like we're dragging it out and down, so it's both like elongating and making your eyes look bigger. And again, it's just like kind of meshing your whole eye with your blush. And then this is really important. We have to do the 애교살 or 卧蚕 in Chinese. And in English, the best translation is like under eye fat, but that makes it sound like really weird. But yeah, it's just like this kind of poofy part under your eyes. They like always emphasize this in both like Chinese and Korean makeup, because like when I smile, you can see how it like really puffs out. So I like naturally have it, but these are different than like under eye bags, because under eye bags make you look old and tired, but these are like, they make you look youthful and like happy. I think I'm gonna try and mix these 2 deeper shades, and just use a very light hand with this, especially if you're fair. And then just kind of draw where your under eye shadow would be. They also specifically make under eye liners for this, but I don't have any. So, okay, next up we're gonna start using some glitter. So I'm gonna go into this most shimmery shade. I'm gonna place it mostly in the center. Oh, that one is very pigmented. I'm gonna do it here too. Okay, that shimmer is a lot more pigmented than I expected. I'm just gonna blend that out with the other finger. But yeah, you want a lot of glittery shimmer. So I think I'm gonna build on this a little bit more and also bring it kind of up high because like the surface area of the glitter is like a lot. Then I want to try to use this glitter liner by Urban Decay. It's in the shade Grind. This is a more pinky shade. I just want to use this for the 애교사 because this is super glittery and cute. Like, is that not so pretty? Do this to the other side. So basically in terms of how much glitter, there's never too much. And I'm gonna add a little bit more glitter. We're gonna go into my trusty Fenty Diamond Bomb for this. This is like the ultimate Douyin glitter. So I'm just gonna kind of tap this over the center. And then also in the inner corners. Like a really bright inner corner. And then also down the nose. Usually in between the eyes, like right here. And at the tip, they have that glittery highlight. I'm also gonna add a little bit to the cheekbones, but I wanna add a little bit more blush first. So I'm gonna actually take this 3CE blush in the shade Mono Pink, and I'm just gonna add that on top of where we put the other blush. And this will also help set it and also mattify. And I'm gonna tap a little bit on my cheekbones. I'm gonna try to keep it not too crazy. Ooh, I can see that. It looks really pretty. It looks like a wet glow. Keep it like in this area. I don't want to make the area too big. Okay, now I'm just gonna add a little bit of chunky sparkle. Not too much though, because I don't want it to be too extra. I'm gonna see if I can add like a little bit. And I think that looks pretty good. So now onto the main event, which is the lashes. First I'm gonna curl my lashes because my lashes kind of go down. And I want to put the lashes under my real lashes. So you gotta give these a good curl. Okay, then I'm just gonna tightline a little bit under my lash line just to like fill in any lash gaps that I might have. And I'm using a brown eyeliner because I don't want to use black because it's too harsh. And this will help mesh with the fake lashes while we put them on. Okay, so now I'm taking these A-shaped lashes and I'm taking the longest length, the 12mm one. I think the A-shape is the best for the manga lashes. So then I'm just gonna place it under my lash. You can also buy like full strip lashes that have the manga lash effect. Honestly, for a beginner, it's low-key easier to do individuals. It's just like kind of time consuming, I guess. But if you're like a beginner, it's also gonna be time consuming to do full-on falsies. Like I'm a pretty like falsie beginner. And then I'm gonna take an 11mm, which is slightly shorter, and then I'm gonna put that on this inner part. And then I'm gonna take a 10mm. Okay, so that's this eye all done. You can see the difference. Like, look at that manga lash versus this one. It's so cute and pretty. And it's pretty easy to do, although like I feel like if you're a beginner, it might take a little bit. Yeah, I feel like if I get more practice, I would be quicker. And then I'm just gonna take this Roman mascara and I'm just gonna lightly brush through everything. This will help like mesh it together. Yeah, I think it's super pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna go off camera and do this eye because it's the same thing and it's kind of hard to do on camera. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm finally back with the eyes all done. And you can see, it literally looks so pretty and like I look like a little fairy or something. Manga lash trend is definitely a fave. It's just that, especially if you're out of practice, it's kind of time consuming. But this eye did take a lot faster than the first eye, so like maybe the more I do it, the faster I would get. Because I feel like once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. I like that I don't have to use as much mascara. Like I just use a little bit to kind of like mesh everything together. Normally I have to like pack on mascara because I like my lashes to look very long. But yeah, so cute. And I do like the more spiky lash look. Okay, now we can do the last step, which is lips. So first off, I'm gonna line my lips. And there also is like a Douyin lip trend going around. I'm not gonna follow it exactly though, but just the general idea. So basically you wanna overline your lips at the top and the bottom. Okay, and then I'm just gonna use a lighter lip shade. So I'm gonna use the one that I used originally, which is this Clio one in the shade Peach Bebe. I don't know how to pronounce it. You want kind of like this nudie pink milk tea color. Like it's pink, but it has like a mutedness to it. Okay, and then also to help that blended lip look, we're gonna take some of the powder blush that we used and use that to diffuse the edges. Like it just gives it that really diffuse look. And then I want to add a little bit of depth in the center, kind of like a gradient. So I'm going to go into this Roman Juicy Lasting Tint, and this is in the shade 24 Peeling Ongdu. Forgive my pronunciation. And I don't like my lips to be too dark, but sometimes they do a darker lip, like a redder lip. So it kind of depends on what you want, but they also go for like these nudier pinky lips. Okay, and then the last step is a really juicy gloss. So I'm gonna go in with this Romand Lasting Water Gloss. This is in the shade 01 Meteor Track, and this is like a really juicy gloss. I love this gloss. Like, it literally makes my lips look so juicy and it's like not sticky at all. It just feels like water. So good. Okay, also I realized I forgot some eyeliner at the ends, so that's what we're gonna do. Can you tell that I don't normally do eyeliner? So I'm gonna just use this CoverGirl one, Perfect Point Plus liquid liner. I'm gonna shake it first. And for a lot of the Douyin makeup tutorials, I see that they basically don't line their whole eye. They just do the little wing at the end. That's why I tight line first. And then we're just gonna wing it out. I'll have to fix that up a little, but well, that was easy, but they're a little bit crooked, so I'll have to fix it. Okay, I just fixed the edges of the lines. So now the look is pretty much complete. Let me take out my clips. So here's the finished look. What do we think? I really like how everything turned out. I think it's super flattering on Asian features. But also, even if you're not Asian, I think it's just like a really nice, more glam, yet still like somewhat natural looking look. Like, I like that the most dramatic part is the glitter, and that's like my favorite thing. It gives a very like fairy-like, ethereal kind of look. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And also for Douyin makeup, they always wear colored contacts. So I have some colored contacts in today. And these are one of my current favorites. It's the Olens Vivi Ring Choco Brown. So now I want to try on for you guys some of my recent favorite contacts and show you how it looks with this type of makeup. Okay, so this is a close-up of the Vivi Ring Choco lenses. They're basically the same as my natural eye color, but it's just a circle lens, so it does kind of enlarge my irises just the tiniest bit, but it's a very natural enlarging because the graphic diameter is 13 millimeters. And also this is the lens that Rose wore for Pink Venom, and she's my bias. So yeah, I would say that these are the most natural looking, which is why I chose them for today's look. I just feel the most myself in these. And also I love the Vivi Ring line, so if you don't want this particular shade, they also have a ton of other shades, which I have like basically almost every single shade, I think. They have like brown, beige, green, pink, gray, like every color you can think of. They're all like very natural takes on the shade. Like all of the colors are pretty muted and natural looking, and they just enlarge your eyes the slightest bit. The Vivi Ring line is my go-to if you want to pick just like one type of lens. And yeah, this is the Choco one, so it's like a chocolate brown. And as always, everything will be linked down in the description. Okay, now on to the next lenses. Okay, so now I have on the Russian Smoky Gray lenses, and you can see how it just changed the entire vibe of this look. The Vivi Ring Choco was more like innocent, doll-like, and this one, it definitely gives me more of like a cat eye vibe, and it looks like sexier. So I actually really like these lenses for a light contact look, because sometimes light contacts can make your eyes look icy and like weird, but I feel like these ones just make my eyes look really like cool, you know? I also think that it would be really good with any like cool tone eye looks, but it also looks good with like this eye look as well. So again, this is the Russian Smoky Gray. These are the lenses that both Lisa and Jisoo were wearing in the Pink Venom comeback. So yeah, these have been my favorite when I want a more like cat eye effect. Also, the graphic diameter of these is 13.3 millimeters, so it is also a little bit enlarging, and it's a little bit more enlarging than the previous one. It's a pretty good natural enlarging size. Like, it's really not obvious that my eyes are being enlarged at all. And especially I think because this is a lighter color, if it's a bigger lens, I feel like it helps to make it look more normal, because I feel like lighter lenses kind of make your eyes look smaller. So to like counteract that, it's better if the lens is bigger. I really like this one. It's one of my favorite like blue or grayish lenses. And I would say this is my favorite like light colored eye lens. Like, this is probably the lightest eye color that I would go, but this one, I really like how it looks on me. So let me know what you guys think. Okay, now I have on Olens Spanish Gray lenses. So this is what Jennie wore in the Blackpink video. And if you've been into contact lenses, you know that the Spanish line is a lot of people's holy grail in general. And for good reason, because you can see that these are just so natural looking. The graphic diameter is 11.9 millimeters, so basically it's smaller than my actual iris. And what that's gonna do is it just changes the color, but it doesn't like change the size, and it leaves my natural like limbal ring to do the work, which is that dark ring you see around the edge of my iris. That's my natural one, and it just changes the color inside. That's pretty cool, and I feel like that's why it looks the most natural. So I like wearing these when I just want like a subtle color change to my eyes. You can see how it kind of enhances like the mood of this look, and it gives my eyes this like gray tinge, and it's pretty undetectable for like a color changing contact. So you can see like how natural it looks. So yeah, I go for these Spanish gray ones when I just want to make my eyes a little bit more gray, but I want to go for like a more natural gray look and also don't want to enlarge my eyes. It's a great daily lens. Okay, lastly, we have these French Gold Olive lenses. So these ones are super pretty for like when I want to go more green route. They're kind of hazel greenish, so like an olive color. I really like the hazel effect because it's more brown in the center and it has a green edge to it, so it makes it look more natural. Also, the graphic diameter of these ones is 13.1 millimeters, So again, it's slightly enlarging. Around like the low 13s is like my sweet spot for an enlarging circle lens, because it's like just slightly larger than my eyes, but it's not like large enough to start looking creepy or like too doll like. And then these lenses are also what Jisoo wore in their Blackpink comeback. So yeah, I really like these ones because it kind of almost looks like my natural eye color, like if I had hazel eyes. And yeah, with all of these Olens lenses that I'm showing you today, like I feel like the colors are just done really well in a way where it's still like flattering for dark eye colors. And I would say most of the Olens colors are more muted, so like they kind of blend in with your natural eye coloring, which helps make it look more natural. Whenever I wear Olens lenses, sometimes people like ask me if that's my natural eye color, which I feel like is pretty impressive considering like most Asians have brown eyes. But yeah, like a lot of times people would be like, oh my gosh, like I love your eye color, or is that a lens? Like they have to stop and think about whether or not it's a contact lens, which is what you want in a contact lens. Like the fact that they're unsure about whether or not it's a colored contact or not says something about like the quality of these lenses. Also, they're super comfortable. Like I don't feel them at all. Like maybe after like a 12-hour day, obviously by the end they're gonna feel like a little bit dry, but like most people's eyes are a little bit dry by the end of the day anyways. But yeah, overall like super comfortable. You can't even feel them. So that's all the lenses I have to show for you today. So comment down below which contacts you guys like the best. And also if you buy from Olens, don't forget to use my code Stacy Chen for some extra money off. Okay, so that's about it for today's video. I hope you guys saw how different colored contacts can totally change and enhance your makeup look. Like, of course I love my natural eye color, but I think that contacts are just a really fun way to amp up your makeup look and change up your style depending on your mood. So anyways, I hope you also enjoyed trying out this new makeup style with me. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you like this video, and comment and subscribe down below if you want to see more content like this, because it really helps on my channel and it would really mean a lot to me. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!